Hello everyone, my name is Botanist Cool, and today we are painting the pedestal that we'll be putting Onbu and the villager on at the end of this whole big The Wandering Village project. This pedestal specifically has been an absolutely unique part of the project because it's so simple, yet it looks so varied. It's one of those really weird and interesting things. The first thing I did for this guy was prime it in matte black, which is from Army Painter, and then I decided to do a bunch of dry brushing in Standard Mechanicus Gray from Citadel to give it a base layer of gray, and that looked absolutely fantastic. It's the color I use the most. Then I dry brushed uniform gray all over that to give it a little bit more definition, while doing my best to keep those areas that would be shaded or are deeper in the actual pedestal itself a little darker. Then I used Gray Sear from Citadel to dry brush a few more details on there. And lastly, I ended up using White Scar and ended up mixing it quite a bit with Gray Sear to get those last bits on there. Those last two colors, specifically Gray Sear and White Scar, I also used to kind of splotch all over the mini or the pedestal itself because that gave it a very stony look. It looked rugged, it looked rough, it looked like it was a big piece of stone that ended up being carved into this shape, which is exactly what I wanted it to look like. I wanted it to look imperfect. I wanted it to look flawed. I wanted it to look modeled, and I wanted it to look natural, and I did that in less than an hour. I'm actually really surprised as to how simple this process was to make it look quite stony, in my personal opinion. Like, I'm not at the point where I'm going to like seal it right now because I feel like there's still a little bit more I could do with it, or a few more things I should check out or should add in when it comes to levels of shading, as an example. But I am very proud of how it looks. As you guys just saw, Onbu's gonna be at the top with the villager. However, I'm not gonna be painting the top a lot at all. In fact, what I'm gonna be doing later on is I'm going to be gluing the top and putting a whole bunch of either sand or static grass, or actually, I'm not gonna use static grass. I'm not the biggest fan of how static grass looks like, so I'm actually using something called flock. It looks kind of like tiny little bushy stuff with a little bit of red and a little bit of orange in there, so it looks very fun and natural and all that kind of stuff. So I'm using a lot of flock on there. However, I'm going to have to glue Onbu on first so I could get the flock on afterwards, make it look kind of like Onbu and the villager are walking through that area. It's going to take a little bit of work on my end to really get that done properly, but we're going to be getting there together, and we're technically 2/3 of the way to getting to that base part done because the villager's done, and all I have to do is Onbu. Now, to be fair, Onbu is also the most complicated part, so it might take a little while yet. That being said, maybe I won't glue it on and I'll use magnets or something like that, but I haven't made that decision just yet. Magnets actually sounds like a really good idea, especially if I end up moving and I want to carry this thing with me. Having it being glued together might actually make it worse for the mini itself. However, I don't know quite yet what I'm going to do. Either way, as you guys can clearly see, this looks really good. It looks really stony. The PLA is, of course, still showing a little bit, and you're going to see some of those ring marks from the PLA, and that's absolutely fine. It's actually a solid construction. It's still a really good mini or pedestal for the mini, and I'm really happy with it. I can't thank enough my acquaintance for printing this out for me. It's really chill of them. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It's the best way to support me. It's free, it's easy, and it's just 2 clicks, and I can't thank you enough for your support. If you'd like, and if you have the ability to, feel free to send me something over on Throne. No obligation, of course. And yeah, that's it. Again, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I will see you for the next one. Bye, everyone!